White people, if we want racism to truly go away in America, our voices have to be some of the loudest in condemning it. If you've been paying attention at all, you know and you understand the aggressive attempt that is happening right now to whitewash our world.
What can you threaten black people with that we haven't already lived through before? We already couldn't go to your schools. We already couldn't live in your neighborhood. We already couldn't shop in your store. We already had to sit in the back of the bus. We already filled out your jail. We already had our zip codes redlined. We already had our votes suppressed. We already had our families separated. We already had our men profiled. We already had our women objectified. What you think you gonna do new that's gonna be able to intimidate us? Black people got soundtrack music. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. It is their master plan to make you live in fear so you don't fight back, so you don't lift up your voice, so you don't kick against the prick. Fear is the only weapon that white supremacy has.
They want black people to suffer in silence. That's what they want from us, black people. They want us to suffer, but they want us to shut the fuck up about it. How dare we open our mouths and complain about the constant disrespect, racism, oppression, systemic discrimination? How dare we open our mouths? We should just accept it. That is what it means to be black. Don't you get that, sis?
If you follow this comment back, it will go to a video of a black woman. I'm going to show you a picture of her. Just get ready for it. Now, I bet you, diamonds to donuts, this is not that person. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong for the first, well, one of the first times. Is it making any fucking sense yet? Let me clarify it a little bit more.
White conservatives are terrified of POC outnumbering us, and I truly believe this is the motivation behind a lot of hateful policies in the US. If you haven't heard of the Great Replacement Theory, it is that over time, if enough black and brown immigrants come to the US, as well as white people having children with POC, then over time POC will outnumber white people. And the reason that this is so unsettling to a lot of white people, especially conservative white people, is that they are terrified that if POC become in power, then they will treat us like we've treated them in the past.
In case you're new here, I want to make it very clear where my husband and I stand in all of the chaos that is happening here in the United States. And I'm going to say it one more time. We stand with marginalized people. We stand with black people, Hispanic people, trans people, gay people, Muslim people, anyone who is being villainized in this very moment that you can think of. We stand for them. And I am tired as a white woman not seeing enough white people calling out the bullshit that is happening right now. If you've got black friends, Hispanic friends, trans friends, gay friends, and you are being quiet and you are not calling out other white people when they start saying racist, transphobic, Islamophobic, any kind of horrible remarks, you are equally a part of the problem.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, after white folks voting against their own interest, after these people voting for racism, after them voting to punish black people, we are now seeing the people who are really going through some of the challenges and the struggle. It is them. Right now, we have been seeing majority of white people, especially the farmers, they have been going bankrupt. We have seen how majority of white people right now, they cannot even afford basic necessity. We have been seeing majority of them, they have been losing their jobs, and this is because of them voting against their own interests. Right now they are realizing that they put a wrong man in office. So right now we are seeing that white folks, they are upset and intimidated with black, excellent and silent. They are going nuts. You can see these people, they are being intimidated right now with black sciences, black silent, because right now we are seeing majority of them, they are really struggling. Majority of them, they cannot even afford basic necessities simply because of the economy. So while they are crying, they are seeing that black people, they are silent, and also they are seeing that black people, they are continue becoming more successful in this hard economy. So because of that, it has really triggered them, and they are asking themselves the questions: why are black people not coming out and complaining with them? Why are black people so silent? So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video till the end, and let's watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. All credits goes to the original creator of the video. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Remember, this video, it is only for educational purpose.
They want black people to suffer in silence. That's what they want from us, black people. They want us to suffer, but they want us to shut the fuck up about it. How dare we open our mouths and complain about the constant disrespect, racism, oppression, systemic discrimination? How dare we open our mouths? We should just accept it. That is what it means to be black. Don't you get that, sis? Don't you get that, king? Don't you get that, sibling? For my non-binary black people out there, I love you. We are supposed to take it silently, endure it. Take the disrespect, take the racism, take the N-words, take all of it, and then show up with a smile on our face and put our bodies on the line to protect those people who are calling us N-words. To protect those people who are discriminating against us, to protect those people who are oppressing us and redlining us and preventing us from achieving the goals that we seek to achieve, although we still always do because we're them bitches. Me, a black woman, made a post talking to other black women about how frustrated I am about having to see the nonsense going on in Los Angeles that was so clearly avoidable, and I have non-black people in my comments telling me, can you stop talking about this? Someone had the nerve to tell me that I'm rubbing it in their face. What the fuck do you mean I'm rubbing it in your face? Having a conversation between me and fellow black women about how I feel and about how we feel. And we're rubbing our experience in your face. It's because you want us to shut the fuck up. That's what it is. Yes, you know that we're right. Yes, you know that you were wrong. But can us Negroes just shut the fuck up about it? That is the energy. That is the energy, because they want us to suffer in silence. That's why they got so mad about black people going back to Starbucks, because we were supposed to do our Negro duties, and we were supposed to shut the fuck up and suffer in silence. How dare we give them their same energy back? How dare we? How dare we not be the bigger person? Because as usual, us Negroes always have to be the bigger person. Y'all don't get to be so wrong that you destroy the fucking planet and don't have to hear about it. You gonna hear about this shit. Our big fat black lips are gonna be jabbering, bitches. Get used to it, because it's about fucking time y'all start hearing about yourselves. Black people, they tell you to be quiet, talk louder.
Growing up as a black woman in this country, I quickly learned what it means to be a minority. And not just in numbers, but in opportunities and understanding. And this election was just a reminder of how far we really still have to go. But if there's one thing that I learned, is that resilience isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving despite the odds. I've learned to embrace my voice even when it feels like no one's listening. I've learned to create my own opportunities and build a table when there wasn't a seat for me. And I've learned the power of community, because we're stronger together than we are alone. I know so many of you feel this too. Whether you're grieving the election or just trying to make it through another day, I see you. And you're not alone in this. Together we can find strength, healing, and a way forward. What's one lesson that life has taught you about resilience?
Hi, I'm Kylie, and white conservatives are terrified of POC outnumbering us. And I truly believe this is the motivation behind a lot of hateful policies in the US. If you haven't heard of the Great Replacement Theory, it is that over time, if enough black and brown immigrants come to the US, as well as white people having children with POC, then over time, POC will outnumber white people. And the reason that this is so unsettling to a lot of white people, especially conservative white people, is that they are terrified that if POC become in power, then they will treat us like we've treated them in the past, which is obviously not great. It involves subjugation of people, enslavement, assault, violence of basically every kind. And I think that white people can feel the shift happening as they are becoming more and more outnumbered. And that is why they are clinging so tightly to power in Congress and with the president right now. And that's why it's so funny when white people deny that racism exists, because if they didn't think racism did exist, they wouldn't be scared of being outnumbered. But they understand the ways that we have treated people of color has been atrocious, and thus they are scared of the tables turning and of being in that position of subjugation.
They be like, black people, what are you gonna do when he comes for you? Don't you know that you're next? And we be like, actually, we were first. We are living in dark times. What are you gonna do? What we always done. Take scraps and make chicken wings. They give us pig intestines, we make them into chitlins. We took corn and made cornbread. We took peanuts and made butter. We sang through the darkness. We made genre after genre after genre of music. Everything we touch is hot. Everything we touch turns into gold. We literally built it from the ground up. And here we are, still standing.
I'm going to confess to something. Okay? There is no way in fucking hell anybody can walk around thinking I enjoy schooling white people. It is fucking impossible to think that. 53 years of my life, do you think I enjoy having to talk to Caucasian Americans about other Caucasian Americans and Caucasian American shit? Do I look like I'm having a fucking good time doing this? No. I have been accused of hating white people. I've also been accused of being racist to white people, which is part of the fucking problem. It's part of the problem. That part right there. You're being racist to me because I'm white. Have we really gotten to this place in history? Have we? So let me go ahead and say this. Again, I have to because it's weird. Those who are in the know. They know. If you get up every fucking morning to do anti-racism work, not I don't see color, anti-racism work, meaning you are confronting the biases and bigotry that you have been taught, the things that you have carried along, the ideas that you now realize are part of stereotypical thinking. If you are confronting mom and dad and uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters and loved ones, grandma, grandpa, your baby mama, your baby daddy, if you are doing that fucking work, I never have to tell you, hey, I ain't talking about you, because you already know. But I'm going to give you a little secret. Something all those bearded white men that swear I hate white people will never fucking tell you. They will never tell you this. I have a reason to. If I did, I'd have a fucking reason, because I'm going to tell you something. If you are truly doing anti-racism work, please understand something. You are one of six. One of six. Now, what do I mean by that? It's really simple. As hard as you are working to erase and unlearn the bullshit that you have been taught throughout your life, there are 5 other motherfuckers going backwards. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. 5 of them going backwards. Not only are they embracing the fucking stereotypes, not only are they embracing the way those stereotypes make them feel, the superiority that they get from those stereotypes, but those motherfuckers are talking. I made a video, a couple of days ago where I said for every one white woman that is trying to demystify white womanhood and confronting shit that is going on amongst other white women, there are 4 or 5 other fucking white women that can come in, walk right behind you, and fuck up your shit in seconds. You are trying to really, truly build solidarity between white women and black and brown and native and indigenous and Jewish and Asian and Pacific Islander and fucking native and indigenous and gay and femme presenting women. And within seconds, that shit could be wiped the fuck out. Wiped out by the next white woman that comes right behind you. It's the same thing with white people in general. This is why we don't want to be in y'all spaces. You want the truth there, fuck it. I don't think anybody else on TikTok's gonna tell you, so I'm gonna tell you. The reason we don't want to be in y'all spaces is because we don't know which one of y'all is gonna be either number 1 or number 6. It is a crapshoot every morning. If you're black, brown, native and indigenous, if you're Asian and Pacific Islander, if you're Jewish, if you're gay or femme presenting, walking your ass out the door, you don't know what the fuck you're going to meet. You don't. This is why that shit transcends politics. That's why we don't want to hear you're a Republican, Democrat, this, that. Fuck you. We don't know who we can trust. We don't. That's why we're fucking paranoid all the fucking time. We don't know. We don't know how much of your bullshit that you're either deconstructing or embracing has rubbed off to other fucking people. Who walk around here fucking all the time. Shit, fuck. And why? Why? Because we understand that to do what we, and by we, I mean any marginalized community content creator that does education and things of that nature, we understand that we got to keep talking until that 6 is 5 or 4 or 3 or 2. It probably will never be 1 because motherfuckers are putting that shit into their kids. But when I say it, I gotta be hating white people and be racist to white people. How? My wife is white than a motherfucker. She don't like some of you motherfuckers either. So explain it to me like I'm a fucking 5-year-old. How the fuck can you possibly think that I, who have never had power, never had position over any fucking white person whatsoever, can somehow be racist to you when I'm not even one of the people that invented that shit? And why is it that that's the easiest fucking explanation that you will give rather than, oh, I don't know, I'm a racist dick? And for those of you who are doing anti-racism work, but you aren't seeing any inroads towards these communities that you are trying to do anti-racism work for, ask yourself this question. I really want you to think about it. This is part of that unlearning that you're going to need to do. If you had to live in a country that was built by racism, propped up by racism, steeped in racism, is in the bones of every aspect of this country, the laws, the legislation, and the executive power on both sides of the political fucking aisle. If you had to wake up every morning and walk out into that, not knowing who is doing the real true work of anti-racism and who is embracing the shit and everything that comes around it, if you had to watch as motherfuckers who literally have no content at all, very little following, but made an account just to say shit like this, Would you not be paranoid? Wouldn't you just be a little bit paranoid? And if you can say yes to that, ask yourself, what would you do about it? This is not a marginalized people problem. It still is Caucasian people. Still. And yet some want us to do the work that they're too fucking lazy to do. Make it make sense.
Playbook was black people fighting in the streets all summer. They wanted a summer of violence. They wanted all those video clips of black people being violent. And the entire black community collectively in one voice heard their ancestors say, rest, stay home. Don't go out in the streets. They collectively heard it and they've all listened, and it was right. They have been dealing with a apartheid fascist state for generations, even worse than an apartheid state. Like in the slavery era, that was like they have been in an abusive narcissistic relationship with the government for generations, since the first person unwillingly stepped foot on this land. They have studied their abusers, because that's what you have to do. When you are a victim to an abuser, you have to study their every movement as a form of self-protection, and they have done that. They didn't have to learn it as they go when he took power in November. They already knew. What do you do when your abuser all of a sudden you hear him walking down the hallway and his footsteps are a little bit off? His breathing's a little bit off. You hide. You go and you hide in your closet. You go out the window and run. You get somewhere safe. They have gone somewhere safe. They are not resting. Is not passive. That is not passive protest. That is active protest, and it is working more than anything else that has been being done. It is more effective than I can think of anything else that is being done right now. Resting to me means staying home, saving your money, not spending your money at corporate stores, not buying local, shopping at local stores, going to local restaurants, supporting local businesses, building community, saving your dollars. We brought down Target, and that was 100% led by black people, by the black community, 100%. We made Disney come to their knees with just money in a weekend. Like, that is where it hits them where they hurt. We do not need people in the streets being violent. If you feel the call to be out there marching, go march. Do what you feel called to do, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they wanted summer of 2020 visuals, and they didn't get it. Summer's over. They never got those visuals. I guarantee they have some strategy book and they're like, summer of violence, martial law, we can bring troops in everywhere. Every time they bring troops in somewhere that is shown to be peaceful, people wake up. Every time somebody wakes up. It's a snowball. So people that are resting are literally doing the most right now. So thank you for everyone that engaged with that post and are commenting on it. Those comments are literally like, I'm glad I've introduced some people to the term gray rocking. I'm glad I've put words to what people have been feeling, and that people in the black community are validating that, like, finally a white lady gets it. Because that literally makes me emotional. Nothing makes me more emotional than getting validation from, especially a black woman. If you come in my comments and say, you get it, I get emotional every time. So thank you for that. Because you all know. Nobody knows most besides, like, the smartest, most aware people in the world are black women. And you will never change my mind on that. Because they have to be. They have to be. And they are. So thank you for validating my last post, because that's how I've been feeling about it ever since I first saw people saying we're sitting this one out. That has meant a lot. Like, that moved me a lot.
Hey y'all, did y'all know that only a president can inflict martial law, but he needs just cause to do that? But did you also know that only he can take martial law off the table? So that means he can keep martial law on for as long as he see fit. So in 2 years, when we want to vote these spineless ass congressmen out of office and put people in there that'll stand up to him, that's if he lasts 2 years, that he can still say we under martial law. And during martial law, there's no elections going on. You can't do elections during martial law. So He's trying to bait black people to go out there and do violence and protest so he can say, oh, martial law, so it won't be no elections. Then that motherfucker can stay in there forever. In 4 years, he can say, oh, we're still under martial law. That's what he's trying to do. So I'm going to keep putting videos out there and say, black people, stay in the house. The system been doing us wrong for so fucking long, and now the system needs us for violence. It needs our attitude. It needs our violence. It needs us to get angry. So they're trying to release people that they know will make us angry. So just stay angry and just stay sitting. Because by doing nothing, we're disrupting this natural flow of America. America is being disrupted. Because without black people doing what we do best, the system is breaking down. And not to mention Trump breaking down the system by his damn self. But it needs us. So we ain't going to give him what he wants. Release them all. That's all I say. We still ain't going to do nothing. They'll probably get theirs in the street, but we ain't going to do nothing. We ain't going to go out there. We're sitting down and doing nothing because right now we're fucking winning this shit. And we could play the long game. We've been playing this game since America started. We could start this game over again.
Yeah, they're
I want you all to remember that this system, the United States system, is not all powerful. Nor is white supremacy. As a matter of fact, white supremacy is going to bring this system down, at least in my opinion. And as you think they got it sewn up, not enough people are doing anything, I want you to remember these words. We, black people, are still here. They began to aggressively start colonizing Africa in the 1420s, and we are still here. Between the 1420s and the 1800s, they murdered hundreds of millions of people in Africa, and we are still here. Across this planet, the Europeans enslaved us for more than 600 fucking years, and we are still here. The place that was first the colonies and now the United States enslaved us for 400 years, and we are still here. Germany tried its genocide that it did on the gypsies and the crippled and the LGBTQ and the Jewish people. They first did it in Africa, and we are still here. In this country alone, we went through Jim Crow, segregation. And the problem when people say segregation, they seem to think, oh, it was just a separate but equal thing. No, it was violent, it was chaotic, and we are still here. They formed this thing called the Klan that swept across the country. White folks was joining that thing everywhere. And they lynched us practically every day since 1868 until around 1968. We are still here. Police violence, assassinations, destroying our towns, stealing our inventions, trying to starve us out. They didn't give this country universal health care because not only were they afraid that black people would get it too, but they figured if they didn't and added copay to everything, we would die out. We are still here. America was not the first place or the only place to sterilize our women. And we are still here. They have tried everything. They want to get rid of us badly or subjugate us badly. And we are still here. Now in America, the worst of the Caucasian persuasion is going through backflips to find excuses to unalive black people, people who disagree with them, the LGBTQ, trans. But to black people, I'm not saying that trans, LGBTQ, the rest of them are not resilient. But I think we're going to survive them. First off, the truth of the matter is, I'm not looking for white allies. But I do realize that not enough white people agree with their agenda. The powers that be want these white supremacist groups to start attacking us. They want MAGA to start offing people in droves. And I don't think you're going to get away with it. I want you to defend yourself, not simply because I want people to live, but also because the only way we are going to stop them is to fight back and take them out. To let them know the price of their white United States ethno-state will be, you're going to have to bleed for it. If you want to change this country into this weird paradise that never existed, fight us. And that's the only thing that's going to push them back and stop them. But I think they're going to try. I think a lot of us are going to be unalived. But I also am thoroughly convinced, because I know history, that no matter what they do, short of dropping a nuke, we will still be here. And so before you think they are all powerful, I want you all to remember that no matter what they've done to us, we are still here, and we will still be here, because they're not supreme, they're not superior, they're not the default anything. They're losers. Because if they had their way, we would not be here, and we are. Try to remember that no matter how bad it gets.
Hi there. If you don't know me, my name's Dave, and my page is dedicated to walking alongside other white folks as we go through our healing journey from racism. I've been on this healing journey for about 16 years myself, and I see it as a gift to be able to journey with other white folks as we uncover and heal from whiteness within us and within our community. I saw your comment on Royal Star's page, and I thought this might be something I could contribute to. When I realized I was white, and this is something I've talked about a few times on my channel, I was 26 years old, and it hurt. It hurt me to understand what it meant that I was white. And I don't mean to kind of know the history of oppression in this country. Most of us are pretty clear about that. But to feel on a visceral level what whiteness had done to and through me, knowing that my body meant that I was seen as a threat to Black and brown indigenous people of color, and wherever I had been or would go meant that I wasn't just Dave showing up in a room, but a white, cisgendered, heterosexual man that represented harm to Black and brown indigenous people of color. It's painful when you learn that your identity, the way people see and experience you, is not only something you don't get to choose, but is something that brings about a trauma response within people that you'd like to be in relationship with. Because whiteness is not just the color of our skin, it's something that we embody and live out. Having to reckon with what it means to have your humanity stripped from you and to be seen as an oppressor hurts. It should hurt. And that is precisely where we can be vulnerable and allow our healing journey to begin, or we can remain headstrong and defend ourselves. The choice that we get to make is not about whether or not it hurts, but about what we do with that pain.
Hey family, I'm still thinking about the executive order Trump wants to sign to sanitize Black history. It makes you question, why Black history? Why not Native American history? Why not Jewish history? Why is the target Black people? And it's because of guilt and also fear. Guilt because you know within yourself that you hold some, you don't even know why you hate or dislike Black people, some of you white folk. It's just inherited. It's been passed down, right? It is guilt because you know that part of your ancestry participated in some form of Black oppression. If it wasn't slavery, maybe it was lynching, maybe it was something else. Maybe it was racist practices on the workplace, or redlining, or even lending when it came to mortgages. But there's a guilt there. Secondly, there's a fear. Fear, not that Black people are going to harm you, but fear because you know that we are amazing, resilient people. You can't figure us out. That's the key. White folk, you cannot figure us out. You sit up late at night thinking, how is it that these people still endured? When we enslaved them, they fought to be free. When we wouldn't educate them at our universities, they started their own universities. When we wouldn't allow them to be doctors, they started their own medical schools and got education and excelled in far than your own white folk. But yet, we don't stop. You wouldn't sell us homes or properties, but we still kept, and now we own homes. Hell, now some of us even own our own real estate firms. You can't keep us down. That's what you fear. You fear black resilience.
I don't think that there could be a situation sent to me that could break me. I grew up black in a small white city with a stepdad that used to get me to say white power in front of his friends. I got 2 racist white grandparents and I went to an all-girls school. I just don't think that you can break me. The mental resilience that it takes to go through that, you just couldn't.
It wouldn't be within my best interest to share my pro-black intersectional liberationist ideology in front of mixed company because I know too many people haven't done the work to receive what I have to say. And I can tell because there are way too many people choosing defense over decolonization. If you get defensive in uncomfortable conversations, you certainly can't handle radical conversations, and you damn sure can't handle decolonized conversations. I operate and exist in this world as a decolonized human. Mind, body, spirit, theory, and practice. That is something that a lot of y'all haven't done, and a lot of y'all can't even admit. And you weaponize intellectualism as a way to bypass that work. And then you end up falling short in your solidarity, waging war with people you claim to be in solidarity with who are more oppressed than you because you are being addressed for the ways that you operate within white supremacy. And you're not able to take accountability for the harm that you perpetuate against others because you can't see the harm that you are waging. But other people are feeling it and are being harmed by it. But you will double down on your racism just to avoid not being called out on it. And in turn, you will reveal that you haven't done a single step of the work in decolonizing your existence. It is completely futile to do work with anyone who does not have a decolonized existence. Too many people want a savior. We all have a responsibility of decolonizing white supremacy, and it's white people's responsibility to end white supremacy. But the reality is that when you are assuming the role of overseer over black people, you are just enforcing white supremacy over and over again. If you get upset and angry when a black woman is checking you, it's probably because you don't like that the colonizer in you is getting called out. A lot of y'all can't handle that. A lot of y'all will burn your bridges with black people and run back to white supremacy before you will admit that you are a white supremacist. And then you wonder why you're clocked as performative. It is performance. If you'd really done the work, you'd be disgusted at minimum. You would be disgusted with any form of white supremacy. You would be disgusted in misogynoir. You would be disgusted in anti-blackness in all forms. Featureism, texturism, colorism, fat phobia. You would be disgusted. But you're not. You're not. Or you might find it shameful when other people do it, but you don't find a problem when you do it. Because you can't even admit that you do it. Because when you're getting called out on doing it, you turn into a Karen and you crash out and you rally a mob against the exact people that you claim to be defending.
Why am I a black conservative? We never get asked this question. All we get is being threatened, bullied, and insulted for being a black conservative. But I'm going to tell you why. It's because I was inspired to be, because of history. And when I say history, I'm talking about his story, my great-grandfather's story. When I was young or so, just like every other kid, we went to go stay with our grandparents, which was my great aunt and my great uncle at the time, but they were just like grandparents to me. Well, her father, which was my great grandfather, lived there. And every day I would ask him to play a game of checkers because I was persistent in trying to beat him, in which I never did. One particular day, I asked my great grandfather, was he a slave? I guess I caught him off guard because he sat back and he looked at me and he asked me, why did I ask him that? And I said, because you're old. And at that time, in my young little mind, it was taught to us that every black person in America was a slave. He looked at me, he made his move in checkers, and he answered me with, no, he was not a slave. Then he began to tell me his story, history. So born in 1889 in the deep South Texas, His parents were tenant farmers, what we call sharecroppers. But see, my great-grandfather's decision to seek more out of life changed the trajectory of our family's history today. He never saw himself as a victim. When he was a young boy, he attended a church, which was a school. Many of the churches back then during that time were also schools. So he attended there, and he got inspired by his teacher to go to Tuskegee University. She mentored him, and she helped shape his interest into attending Tuskegee University under the direction of Booker T. Washington. One of his renowned professors there, while he was in attendance at Tuskegee, was George Washington Carver. In 1912, my great-grandfather graduated with the engineering degree from Tuskegee. Now, we're talking about Jim Crow era at this point, deep in the South. He came back from Tuskegee University. Then he became a builder, engineer. He built farm equipment, which was called the cotton gin, the sugarcane gin during that time. But nonetheless, they were farm equipment. He built it for that area. Not only did he do that, he was also a math professor. He taught school. All at the same time, he's still working as an engineer. Not only that, he became a landowner. He owned over 100 acres of land. We still own this land in our family today. That's history. Not only that, he has 7 children with his wife, and he put all 7 of his children through college. We're talking about Jim Crow era. They all graduated and became teachers and professors and principals themselves during a time where they integrated schools. That's history. I myself graduated from a high school where my uncle, which was my great-grandfather's son, was the first black principal at that school. That's history. See, one thing that I learned from my great-grandfather's stories, his story that he was telling me, is that he did not use the plight of black people during that time as an excuse for upward mobility, that he couldn't attain upward mobility. They have resiliency. And that is what the black conservatives out here are telling you. It's your choice to look at history and use it as your victimhood, or look at history and use it as resiliency. And that's just my great-grandfather's story. I have many stories in my own family that have made history. But nonetheless, because I don't want this video to be long, I do want black conservatives to start a trend in telling their family's history. It used to be a time where we had family reunions and we will learn each of our own family's history. Because my history of my great-grandfathers isn't the only one. There are many black families still existing today that owns land from hundreds of years ago, still existing today, that has the same story. So if we continue to start this,
if you've got black friends, Hispanic friends, trans friends, gay friends, and you are being quiet and you are not calling out other white people when they start saying racist, transphobic, Islamophobic, any kind of horrible remarks, you are equally a part of the problem. We do not need to let other people be comfortable in their hatred anymore. It is our job as any progressive white person to stand up and call out bullshit when we hear it, and to make these people feel uncomfortable enough to go back into hiding or to second guess the things that they are supporting, doing, and saying. And no, we do not have to be close to these people, stay friends with these people, have relationships with these people if they are continuously saying things that hurt marginalized people. I have seen too many white people, the minute their black friends aren't around, feel comfortable enough to sit there and listen to some bullshit that their friend might have to say that is racist and not stand up for their black friend. And then you wonder why black people don't want to fuck with us anymore. I am no longer going to not say anything to these people and be quiet. There is nothing okay with what is happening right now. And so if you are new to my page and you have started following us, I just want to let you know right here, right now, one more time, because I said it a few weeks ago, that this is where I stand. And if you come on this page and you spew any hate or any bull crap and you start talking about these other people these marginalized groups, and you have no facts that even back up what you are saying other than Fox News, I will block you. That is it.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how majority of MAGA people, majority of white folks, they are really crying because of the economy, how these people, they are really suffering. You know, first of all, these people, they voted to punish black people. They voted for racism. They voted against their own interests. They thought that Donald Trump policy will come and affect only black people and the people of the color. So when these people, they were voting, they thought that the policy will not affect them, but it has turned out that also the Donald Trump policy, it is affecting everyone, and these people, they are now regretting for voting for this administration. And also one thing which it is triggering them and they are not uncomfortable with is these people, they are seeing that while they are complaining, while they are going through all these challenges and the struggle right now they are going through in America, they are seeing black people, they are thriving, they are becoming successful with this hard economy. These people, they are also upset with black people because black people right now, they have decided to stay silent. Why are the black people decided to stay silent while these white folks, they are suffering? So the reasons to why black people, they are staying silent while these white folks, they are suffering, it is because that black people, they want these people not to vote for this administration, but these people, they didn't listen. So this is one of the reasons to why black people, they are deciding, they are silent, they are not complaining with them. And also another reasons why black people, they are becoming more successful through this hard economy. These people, they have been voting for over 400 years to punish black people. They have been voting over 400 years for racism. They have been voting so that black people can suffer in America. So when they have been voting for over 400 years, black people, they have been learning how to survive through the hard economy, how to survive, how to become more successful through the hard economy, through the challenge, through them having some of the challenges and the struggle they've been going through for over 400 years. So black people, they learn, and black people, they know how to come to become successful through the hard economy. So these people, they are now upset with black people because they're becoming successful in the hard economy. It's because the black people, they know the secret, but these people right now, they don't know the secret. These people right now, they are really struggling because they are now feeling what black people have been feeling for over 400 years. You can imagine these people, they have not even go for 4 years or 3 years. You can imagine they are really complaining. So what if these people, they will be going through these challenges and the struggle they are going now for over 400 years? These people could not have been seeing the white folks in America, but the black people, they know how to thrive in the hard economy. And this is that is why these people, they are so upset and they don't know the secret. So right now, black people, they have decided to stay silent and see what these people, they can do, because black people, they played their part. They warned them, they told them that to vote for Kamala Harris, but these people, they saw agenda, they saw agenda of Kamala Harris. She was a woman, and these people, they see that Kamala Harris, she was a black person. So they thought that black people, they want to put their fellow black person in office, but it wasn't like that. Black people, they saw what Donald Trump is coming to do, and he tried to warn them, but they didn't listen. So guys, I want to read some of the comment here and see what people, they've come out and say in the comment section. So this one saying that it's so crazy how black people we are so metaphysically connected. After November 5th, we knew exactly what we needed to do without anyone reading to spread the word. I loved my black brother and sister. Stay strong. This one saying that fear is the only weapon white America has been left with at this time. This one saying that because black people talk about slavery doesn't mean they are playing victims. That part of our history, and we talk about it so our kid knew their history and learn from it. Yeah, this one saying that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord and the ancestor. This one saying that blacks are allowing our absence teach them what our presence could. This one saying that this is why we will not be moved. Exactly. This one saying that you can't threaten us with nothing. Lo, we have already seen it all this stage. Exactly. Right now you cannot threaten black people with nothing, because for over 400 years these people they have seen a lot. This one saying that this is coming down to what I have always said: just go sit down somewhere that it is period peace. This one saying that I don't think they are intimidated at all. It's misery looking for company. When you know how the movie ends, you don't spoil it for the ones who have no clue. This one saying that they are upset since we no longer call them for help or something. I'm just glad. Yeah, these people, they are upset because they are now seeing black people. They are not calling for help. They are not calling them. Black people, they are not begging them to come and help them, because black people, they have been raising the challenges and the struggle they are going through to these folks, but they have been keeping quiet. They have not come out and help black people. So right now they are now furious because they are going through a lot right now, and they are seeing the black people. They have decided silent. Black people, they are silent, and also they are being triggered with the excellence of black people. So this one is saying that I don't plan on saving them or protesting. Just gonna follow the law, even if it means their demise. I vote for the coach and I support making the coach great again. So this was saying that through all of that, we still have joy. God won't let them take our joy. The joy they wish they had, the joy God gave to his chosen people. So this one saying that I stand with black people. Exactly. This one is saying that and guess what, it's not some of us, it's all of us. We are on point and nothing can stop this black tidal wave. Only God himself can stop this, and God is our side. God is on our side. Father, please bless all melanated people the world over. It's time, you all time to rise once again and show these colonizers who we really are. This one is saying that 500 years of this bullshit, they put this fight in us. It is in our DNA. It is generation. We don't know how to roll over anyone anymore. We stand and do what we must. Exactly. So this is saying that why are the Caucasian now concerned about us from the blue? What is that they are hiding from us? This was saying that truthful being told. I thank you for awakening our people. APDTA. So this one saying that to the woman who said she is a Republican because she is not a victim, you bought the talking point that white give black to get them to shut up about the cruelty, hatred and barbaric treatment that black have endeavored. They wait to erase that black history because they are the villains. Well, I will never shut up about what white have done to blacks and what they still continue to do to blacks. So whether they like it or not, they will hear it from me, because there is still too much strange fruit swinging from trees. Too many scared up back, too many bodies that were quartered, burned, and taken for souvenirs. So you are not a victim, but your father and mother were, and some of us still are to this day. If you are quiet, the suffering they endure was in vain. We are strong, proud, resilient people. We are fearless, and we don't back down. So kindly, those are some of the comments that people are sending, they are sharing in the comment section. And also guys, you can share your thoughts on the comment section. I'll be reading it in my next video. So thank you so much guys. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.